Hi all, welcome to my Super League Team of the Season predictions video. This one probably could be one of my weaker ones, but I still feel confident about a number of these players. Because Smash Links are always be much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at @GIsALegend. All links are down below for both the channel and social media links as always. Comment down below who you think could get a Super League Team of the Season card, or even say a moments flashback or objective card. Try to balance it out as best as possible and just take it from there really. So goalkeeping wise, I am of the mindset of Kakir or Testanoglu. I didn't really fancy Muslera. Muslera could happen, like I wouldn't see past it, but Kakir was kind of the main goalie I was kind of leaning towards, and I've tried to balance it out with teams as well. Like Muslera usually is seen as like the best goalkeeper in the league, but I thought Kakir for me just merited that spot. The defenders, the three I'm going for are Erkin, Rozier and Donk. That is kind of I'm going on the basis of like their goals, assists, and just for what I've seen when I've looked over like their stats when I've like collectively. Like Erkin's been very consistent, same with Donk and Rozier as well. Like if I'm honest, all three I'm quite surprised have yet to bag in forms. I don't know what it is, especially Donk. Like Donk's been multiple times I've like noted had him in my my predictions as like say a possible, same for Rozier. So but that's the way it goes sometimes. Now midfield, my biggest doubt really is Hutchison, if I'm honest. Hutchison's really my only doubt, but the reason why I'm saying that, I think because someone like Bakasetas or Maxim or Buyuk could take the same spot, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't knock any of the three, but Kyle Larin, Davidson and Hutchison are the three mids I'm going for. Kyle Larin has been, everything seems to be clicking from this season. I remember when he first burst on the scene a few years ago, there was a lot of hype on him, and it hadn't initially materialised, but this season everything's been clicking for him. He obviously has an inform. He was unlucky not to get a second inform for Canada during the international break fairly recently, but regardless, for me Larin could be 91 rated and could be very usable if like boosted up accordingly. Obviously it depends how they were to go about it. Like I'd imagine they'll want to make him as usable as possible. Davidson, another one who's been unlucky not to have a second in form, and he could tick a lot of boxes for being like a cheap Brazilian team of the season card, like say 90 plus in say pace, shooting and dribbling, and then passing and physical probably near 90 as well, would make him a very usable and appealing prospect. And obviously Hutchison, just kind of model of consistency, probably near the 80 plus club, just to kind of make him an option as it were. Then my forwards, as it were, for this I have gone with Akbunar, Aboubakar, Ghezzal and Gradel. Aboubakar somehow has not bagged himself an inform yet this FIFA, not a silver star or even just an inform in general. If he was a gold, I think he would maybe be on the cusp of like 3 informs by now, if I was honest. If he was like a 75 rated gold, he would probably be, I think, an 86 rated inform by now, because he's just been scoring for fun in Turkey and it's just unbelievable. Like, and this card could be his best version yet. Could be dribble and physical, could be juicy, and same for even the pace and the shooting. It'd just be, he'd be like a machine. It would be what you want in like a cheap forward, and linking him up to his fellow countryman Etu, I'm sure would be a nice front two to look forward to. Ghezzal's been very consistent on the assist front for Besiktas as well. For obviously he's had good form in the past. Didn't quite show it in the Premiership, but or Premier League, whatever, and is what it is, and obviously he's came to Turkey and doing the business. Then Gradel, ex-Bournemouth and Leeds, but he's obviously now playing for Sivasspor and doing the business there. And Akbanar just consistent in the goals and assist front, despite his team not doing as well as some teams, but his form has kind of been detrimental to his team being where they are in the league regardless. He's been a very key focal point, and as a result it is very hard to kind of like ignore him. It's kind of my way, at least anyway. Now for like in terms of the content, like the one notable player that is missing from all of this is Bupenza. You could even say Mami Biram Juf as well. Both of these players scoring goals for fun, namely Bupenza. Bupenza's like second top goal scorer to Aboubakar or something. I think it's like 3 goals if memory serves right on my notes. And Bupenza's got a 61 rated card in the game. It's like he's in the system, but he's never had an inform, despite when the week that he got 4 goals he was never given a silver inform. So Bupenza could happen as a moment or a team season SBC. If he was suddenly put in, he would probably go from 61 to, I'd imagine, like an 89 or something. He's been scoring for fun, and Hitari Spore owe a big gratitude to him and Mami Biram Juf. But Roddy and Ndai were kind of 2 players I'd looked at for possible team of season moments cards. Flashbacks, Falcao and Visca seemed the most viable. Falcao would just be boosted on top of his record breaker in Visca's case, because obviously Besiktas have not been as impressive this season, and Visca's would just be a flashback to like last year's team of the season, say for example, seemed the most logical. And then for team of the season content, whether it be objectives or SBCs, Maxim been scoring goals for fun and creating a lot in the assist bracket for Gaziantep, but Bakasitas been doing well for Alanyaspor and then transferred to Trabzonspor doing the business. And Buyuk, despite his team's league position, he has been one of the best players in the league regardless, and I wouldn't be surprised to say next season he's at a bigger team, maybe one of the top 6 potentially. But and as I say, Destanoglu could even happen as even say a content card as well, depending how they were to go about it. But let me know, folks, in the comments down below who you think could get a team of the season card for the Super League. Smash like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Ghezzal Legend, and I will catch you all later.